look at this. Look at this beard. Who's this guy? Him's a beard. Ah!
Welcome to SourceFedNERD.
Hello! Welcome to Table Talk, where we answer your questions using the hashtag
That one right there. Read that one right there.
Hashtag Sable Shoes
I was so
Stable.
scared. I was like, what am I gonna say?
I know.
The next part.
And it's like sometimes your tongue gets in the way of your words.
I
get it.
Yeah, and then
Teeth are a problem.
r/SourceFed, you can do it there too.
Oh, I never really realized we have a
Yeah, it's
reminder
right
in
here.
the bowl.
It's actually right in the
Look,
bowl.
guys, we have a script on the set
There.
here.
Look at that.
Ta-da.
Well, you know
Thank
what, you
God.
crazy cats? Let's just grab one of those pieces
Oh,
of
okay.
paper.
All right.
And let's get instigated into some talkings.
Let's do it.
Are you ready? Oh, this is a long one.
God, what are you doing?
Boring.
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh,
All
really?
right.
Yeah, it is actually.
It was like this long.
It was pretty long.
Figure it out. It was probably mine. It was probably mine. It was probably mine.
We love you all.
Lightsaber Tooth said, "What are your feelings on swearing and censorship? I believe context and meaning matter more than word choice."
That's pretty good. I like that imagery of a lightsaber tooth tiger. Has
Yeah.
anyone ever done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, has anybody made that image?
He just like
you were
blows out
picturing
his
him with
lower
the,
he's like,
jaw.
oh, Lord, evolution is
him as
the
just like,
worst. No, he's got the teeth of the sabers, the lightsabers.
Takes him out and he
Yeah,
Darth
he's
Maul.
Darth Maul. And then you're just like, ha ha, you toothless idiot.
You're extinct, dummy.
Bring you now, bro. I'll tell you what I think about profanity. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Swearing and censorship. I don't know, man. It's a fine line because they're just words.
They are, but
but they have meaning.
what that guy meant, context and meaning behind him, I think that's important.
Yeah.
For sure. There's a reason we bleep on SourceFed and we don't bleep on SourceFedNERD.
It is a weird thing because I do think
we're like a little more higher class over on SourceFed.
mainly that, yeah. Mainly that.
Let's show a clip of Joe with his shirt off.
Higher ass.
Doing everything. No, I think it is I don't know, it's one of those things where I think in a weird way it alienates your audience because I'll literally sit there and watch my mom enjoy something completely until they say GD or like God damn it, and she just goes like it like makes her
Here's my
cringe.
problem with the current state of affairs with swear words and stuff is that I don't care. Like, a word is a word.
Yeah.
However they got to the point where they needed to be censored, whatever.
Yeah.
They're just used too liberally now. For me, it's like it's an exclamation. If you're gonna drop the F-bomb, drop it like
really
mean
hot.
something.
Make it mean.
Yeah.
Drop it
yeah.
like it's hot.
Put some meaty flesh on that F word.
It's
you
just
know?
a real fuck of a day.
I mean, I get it.
People
I do
that just
get
use
that.
swear words casually, it makes you come off less intelligent.
Yeah, it really does.
Really
It
think so?
does. Yeah, I really do.
If you're just using it all the time and it's 90%
But it just
of your
depends. If
vocabulary.
you're using-
looking
but if
at
someone's-
the fucking reports in this bullshit, what I'm really fucking aggravated about are
Good evening,
the different...
fuckers.
but,
Welcome
like,
to
but
the
what's
fucking
happening-
evening
but-
news.
But why?
Here's
What's the difference
Brian
between...
Jennings with your fucking weather. Hope
See,
you have
and
a
it's also...
I would watch that
I know,
show,
so
though.
would I. But it's also this thing where it's like, okay, so I went down to Starbucks to get a fucking chai tea latte, and it was like,
And you
fucking
wouldn't
bullshit
believe
because I
this
fucking
shit that was
didn't know.
happening.
It was
God
bullshit. I was like, what the
damn
fuck are you
it.
Yeah,
talking
but
about?
I
Fuck
listen
you.
to that, and it sounds like, well, that's just how you want to talk, so that's fine. I feel like because of where we grew up and how we grew up, and the social commentary of society and television and censorship as kids, we hear those words and we get this little sting in our brain because we were told that those were bad and we were told not to say them. And you're right. There are people that use them as a comedic device.
Perfectly.
And perfectly. And then there's people that just like it's so ingrained in their head that they just flow it out just like you were
Okay,
saying.
but I have the same problem with that as I would with a Valley Girl saying
Like
like,
a like,
all the time.
yeah, totally like
Or
when
people
I can't
without
like,
a robust vocabulary using the word very to describe
I was
everything.
like really very tired, and I was
But
very,
I mean, I
like,
think that's just a specific. That's just I don't know. It's regional, and it's also like you can't quite fault people on the way they grew up and the way that they talk. I mean, you can feel like it's annoying, and you can feel like it's overused and excessive, but. I just feel like we should get to a point, because you were saying my mom watches this, or my dad watches this, and my mom and dad too. Like, when they hear curse words, they watch Table Talk. They know that I'm a filthy fucking sailor. But the thing is like, they grew up in a time where those words were even worse than they were to us.
Oh yeah, big time.
And I feel like when we're parents, I mean, Joe, you're a parent already, but I feel like after this generation...
I'm a fucking parent?!
I feel like after this...
Oh, fuck shit! Fuck shit, bitch bastard! Cock! Pussy cunt!
And here's the pussy cunt. She's a lovely cunt.
And pussy cunt is in the front row, followed by cock shit. Cock shit coming in the lead.
Oh, here comes Dad's big uncircumcised penis coming around the bend.
Robust nipples.
And there we go. And big old motherfucker.
Testicular cancer sex is coming around the bend.
There it is. Loose asshole, loose butthole, followed up by a loose anal cavity.
Oh, no, there he is. And cunt shit swing.
And penis, basically a vagina, is coming around the corner now. And he's about to win.
Creamy, moist vagina.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like, because there's other regions of the world where there is no censorship on television. There's flat out nudity on television.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because you grow up in a society, religious or otherwise, where like it's rude and it's crass and it's inappropriate. But again, like it depends on how you use it. Like, I feel like I use the word fuck and shit and ass to the point where it's just part of my vocabulary now.
I would say,
and to some people, you're right, it is polarizing. And to some people, in fact, yesterday there was a comment on my Breaking Bad unboxing video where someone was like, it's just like overused, like it just feels like you're using it way too much. And I feel like at this point, I say it so much that I don't even realize it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's right or wrong.
I think in a weird way, sometimes it's a crutch for a word that you can't find. I know that that's something, like, not you, but people in general, when you, like, hear them talk, and I understand why you could think that they would sound a little bit dumb, is because you go, do you not know other words?
I'm not
like,
saying it's a right or wrong or a dumb thing, but it is a, like, everything in moderation.
Yeah, I think it really is. And I do understand that there is, like, in a perfect world, there wouldn't be any, like, taboo against the word. And there wouldn't be any taboo against the nudity and this, that, and the other thing in a perfect world. But we also have to kind of, like, address the world that we're in a lot of the times.
Yeah,
you know?
like it or not.
Like it or not.
Every single one of those words, whether or not you think they're dirty or
they do have a
shouldn't be,
connotation.
they not just connotation, but they do have power behind them.
Yeah.
So it's.
But I think they only have power behind them because we've allowed it.
But
to
they still
gain-
do.
But they still do.
do.
Right.
So
right.
again,
but
being
I feel like
incredibly liberal with them all the time in any given situation is still wrong. You're not going to go to the hospital and go, give me my fucking papers so I can get into the fucking doctor so we can check out my shit.
Yeah.
Right, but you can go to the doctor and be like, excuse me,
people do
ma'am, I'm in pain. Fuck, it hurts.
That's
like, you know,
different.
And
That's-
that's what I'm saying. Like, I
that's
feel like
That was using the word for the power.
Right?
instead of
And that's the
using it as
exclamation. That's the other thing that I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
more of an they're all exclamations that are getting like overused at times.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like you use it when it's the right time to use. Jack Black was the king of fuck. Is the
Yeah.
king of fuck. He knows
Yeah.
how to use that word. He knows how to put.
You know
power
who's the
into
king
it.
of fuck is Bob Odenkirk.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Mr. Show.
He's good too.
He would plant it, and it would grow like an oak tree right in front of your face. And that's the thing, like we're just.
That's a great phrase. I love that.
It would grow like an oak
I'm just
tree.
gonna I'm just gonna nurture this fuck for a while.
Oh my god. Oh.
Give it about 20 years.
Wow.
we're
Give
gonna
it some
have a good
sunlight,
oak.
will you?
These leaves are gorgeous.
We're gonna have to cut those power lines
Yeah, well,
down
we're
because the
gonna
sun's
have
in the
to.
way.
The roots are totally disrupting the sidewalk, but I'm okay with it.
I just really feel like we're moving into a society where, because you can even say certain words on TV
Oh, I
now.
agree.
Yeah,
I
think-
feel like
I
it's
don't-
just getting to a point where like it shouldn't be a big deal.
I think, yeah, I totally understand that too. And I'm kind of like on the fence about both of it, where it's just like you don't want to give the word so much power where people do still get antsy about it. And I'm kind of that way with censorship and as far as like the nudity thing, only for the basis of like you see those nations that people, when we do put a taboo on sex and all those different things, like I think it makes it that more elusive, and it also makes it that more untalkaboutable. Yep, that's words.
Well, yeah, and
But-
you see those posters, like, you know,
Yeah,
way back in the
like,
50s and 60s of, like, the girls showing, like, a little bit of skin, and that was, like, taboo
Yeah.
and crazy back then.
I also think it's kind of one of those things where it's like if you know, like if you want to censor it, that's fine, but be 100% open to talking about it, because we don't talk about it as a society, which is what leads to teenage pregnancy and what leads to like 1 in 3 people having HPV now and all this, that, and the other.
You know what?
thing,
At the end
you
of the
know?
day, when it really comes down to it, shut the fuck up.
I know.
You shitty, cunty,
Yeah,
bitchy people.
no, 100%.
Talking straight to you, shut the fuck up.
Wait, is it me? Because I got a little
Both of
side.
you.
Okay,
You
no, I didn't know if it
shitty
was
cunt
to
kickers.
you or it was just.
Shitty cunt kickers coming around the
coming
bed.
around the
Hey,
bed.
she's inside.
Loose
Oh, here
asshole.
comes botched abortion. Here she comes. There she is. Ooh, hangy vagina lips are coming around. Here we go.
right on the bed.
And there it is right there.
Oh.
Oh, that's a large labia. That's just something I
That's
saw.
actually like
That's not a
something-
horse.
Get that lady off of the track. She's gonna get hurt.
Yep. Horses everywhere.
Emmanuel Gonzalez says, how do you guys feel about Adam Levine crowned as sexiest man alive? If you disagree with it, who would you choose? Who's Adam Levine?
Maroon 5
lead
singer, judge
Maroon
on The
5.
Voice.
Oh, this guy.
Great
Okay,
show.
can I
Love
take
Great
the
show.
voice?
We do love the voice.
Love The
We
Voice.
really love
Okay,
the voice.
I'll let you start
Googling
because
him.
I know you're down with it.
I'm actually down with it. I think he is really sexy. I mean, I don't know. I do think he has like a tiny little body, and so they're
And a
always
tiny
like,
little
"Oh,
girl
this
singing
guy,"
for him in
and he
his
has
throat.
a tiny little baby girl voice.
Wow, I've never seen this guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. He exists.
This is him?
I do think he's sexy. Here's the thing that is not sexy about him. He fucking knows it.
Look at them cum
Like
gutters.
he just knows it. I love that that's what I'm going to be upset about. You know, that picture was actually a woman's hand covering his junk. And that was like, no, it was like.
really?
Yeah,
It was like a Janet Jackson
It was a Janet
thing?
Jackson thing. It's like literally a woman's hand covering his
Oh,
junk.
yeah,
and he
look,
got-
there it is.
He got, yeah,
Oh,
see?
boy.
I know.
Oh,
Good for him.
How do you
and
not
also
become
only
a
2
wreck
tiny
for that?
lady hands. That's a little disappointing.
If you're in a photo shoot like this, Joe, can you handle yourself? Like if you're...
If I'm in a photo shoot like that, my wife is punching me in the face.
Yeah.
Well, let's
unless
say you're
you're-
in a let's say
yeah.
you're in a hypothetical situation. Like, how do you not? Because like the wind blows, and I go.
Your wife should punch you in the face in that, unless those are Heather's hands.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is a little happy there. You never
Maybe
know.
he is a little happy there. Maybe that's horrible.
Do I don't know. Sure. The
Honestly-
thing about the sexiest man alive is that it's not so much about
Yeah,
the
it's-
sexiness as how much are they in the public eye.
Yeah,
at this
I think
moment.
all those things are kind of bullshit. I remember there was one year, like I think it was a couple of years ago, where Nicole Kidman was crowned, and I was like, really? Like, what movie did she have
How did
coming
she get
out?
sexiest man alive?
'Cause
That makes no sense.
That doesn't make
I'm
any.
He kind of
confused.
looks like the permanent eyeliner guy from Lost.
Oh, kind of a little bit, yeah.
Right?
But no, he's
also-
I think he is sexy, but I also think that he has like an attitude. I don't know.
Look
I
at his
also
nose.
think it
Here's
doesn't
the thing.
matter.
As a heterosexual male, I think John Hamm is sexier than
Oh
this guy.
yeah, and we also know that John Hamm doesn't wear underwear
You would need
constantly.
We know
7
that.
hands to cover
7
that hand.
No, I just think I don't know. I kind of think the sexiest man alive thing is a weird thing. I know that Ryan Gosling is. Speaking as someone who's seen him in real life, I melted as a human being. I turned into a blatant idiot.
No, I get it. Like,
And
this is the
there's
thing,
certain
like-
people that are very sexy, but I also think that they're unattainable in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
For me, someone that's sexy is like, oh, that guy's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Like he deserves to be on that list.
I've talked about this before, but like living in LA, you do see a lot of these celebrities.
Beautiful,
in
beautiful
public.
people.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
These people aren't real. Like I was in the presence of a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model
Yeah.
recently. And I'm looking at this girl and I'm like, this is not a reality.
Yeah.
This is not someone that exists in my universe. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you see these celebrities, Ryan Goslings,
Yeah.
and you see the John Hams, and you see these people in real life. We got a creepy thing
go
happening
on.
over here.
Elliot's just hanging on the
Tell me
face.
about your supermodel, Steve.
No, and that's the thing. Like, you see them, and like, where did these people go to school?
No, here's the
where
thing,
did these
though.
people eat lunch?
Where were you educated,
Seriously,
beautiful woman?
That's the thing. They're humans, and they shit and put on their pants one leg at a time, just like we do.
Yeah.
But it's like, where did they come
I
from?
was telling you though, I really think that there are people, you know, like there are people that are born with like extreme talent that you're like, oh, you're supposed to be that person. There are people that are born so beautiful that you're like, you were meant to
That's
be
their
a
talent.
model. Like that.
Yeah.
That's what you were meant
I
to
know,
be.
and I did
Elliot
not follow
Morgan
that
is
path.
a
I was like,
perfect
I'm gonna go be on
example of
YouTube
that.
and I'm gonna turn into a hair monster.
Elliot Morgan is a really good example of that. You're not gonna like that position, buddy. You should
Elliot,
squat
what are
down
you
a little
looking
bit.
for,
Oh,
dude?
no, this table cannot hold your tiny.
What are you trying to do,
that is-
Elliot?
He's a model.
It's like, there's a fan. It's just, it's like, I'm so bored. There's nothing to do right now. I've finished all my stuff.
write a
and
story.
I'm
Why don't you
trying to-
join
I
us?
don't- No.
Go write a
No,
story.
I've
No,
done
he
that.
should join us.
I've
Join
tried
us.
that.
Pull up a chair and join
Pull
us.
up a chair and
Pull up a
join
chair?
us.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a chair. This would work perfect.
A smaller one would
Okay,
probably be
well,
better.
No, this is
You
good.
gotta move that way.
Well, you're gonna
probably.
mess up
You're
the
gonna
frame
mess
if you're
up the
that high
frame
up,
if
to be
you're that
honest. So why
high
don't
up.
you?
But it should
So-
just
What's the
scooch
next
you.
question?
We're gonna move on.
We're
Adam
gonna
Levine's
move-
spine.
Yeah, John
Blake
Hamm for me.
Shelton's
Can you
better.
see him?
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too. I saw Adam I was at Nerd Melt, and it was when I did the stand up, and I was like, oh, is that Adam Levine? Is that his name?
Levine.
Levine. I saw him, and I was like, I did like the most blatant double take. He walked right past me. I was like, Adam Levine, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna sneak around this shelf of comics to see if it's him.
Good.
And he went around the other end, and it became the most awkward. Like, oh, clearly this
You're
guy wanted to
stalking
know
him.
if it was
Yeah.
me, and
Oh,
it was
no.
because we were literally
Was
like,
he handsome?
It was like,
Yeah, how did he
he
look?
looks exactly like him.
So what are your thoughts though? Because I'm sure you talked about this. Like, I think John Hamm is more attractive than that guy.
Oh, we're talking about two different people.
Were you
I thought it
thinking
was
John Hamm?
Adam Devine from
From
Workaholics.
That's not the
Okay.
sexiest.
And I was like,
man
why are
alive.
you asking if he's attractive? Like, yeah,
That's
he
why
looks
you
fine.
answered.
CJ brought you a
That's
better
why you
chair.
answered.
Oh,
He looks
perfect.
exactly how he looks. I was like, is that sexy or not, Elliot? Like, answer the
Oh,
question.
no, I've never seen Adam Levine. That guy seems like a tool.
Okay, we're
He
moving
looks
on.
like Jack from Lost and the eyeliner guy from Lost.
Right.
Oh, had a baby.
We're moving on to this
that
hard-hitting
has
question.
Do you like that guy,
tattoos.
Matthew Fox?
I like Matthew Fox.
Do you feel like
feels-
he's attractive? Like he's an attractive man?
I feel like he might
Circulate
be an a-hole too.
says,
Right?
Yeah.
Sad.
I
if
can't
you woke
think
up
of-
tomorrow morning and found out that 10 years had you guys railroaded your conversation.
It
If
was
you
not
woke up
important. and it
tomorrow
sucked.
morning and found out that 10 years had passed, you'd been asleep for a decade, what would you do?
Oh man, what a nightmare.
First of all, I'd be like, "Where's Sarah? Where is she?"
How would you? First of all, how would you find out that it had been 10 years?
That's
would
a
it
good
be
question.
Newspaper?
What?
Would it be like?
Yeah.
Would there be a
would
whole
you-
new family living in your place?
I mean, I
would
think
it be
you'd
trapped
obviously
and somebody
have
put a
aged.
calendar up? Like,
Would you wake
every day
up to
they
somebody
update?
with lipstick on your mirror that said, "It's 10 years later,
Yeah,
and you
well,
have
let's,
AIDS"?
let's make it. Let's get a little more
do you have
specific.
AIDS?
Remember
Let's-
that urban legend?
How about this? We'll go. Wait.
I do remember that terrifying. It worked. I've never had sex since then.
What?
Period.
We'll go.
Since then.
We'll go one at a time here. And so here's the scenario. Let's just mold it into this. You've woken up in a hospital bed, okay? And it's 10 years later, and the doctor comes in
It's been 10 years.
and says it's been 10 years. You were in a coma. So let's leave it there. So Elliot,
What would I do? Gosh, I would be baffled. I'd be confused. I'd feel bad because people would come up and they'd have age. I would feel guilt.
Yeah.
I think. I would want to know where all of assuming you have all of your memories, I'd want to know where my entire family, all of my
Yeah.
friends were.
You'd want to know what happened.
Yeah.
would you wonder
I
if you
wouldn't
still
give
had
a
your
crap.
job?
I wouldn't give a crap about any of that. I wouldn't give a crap about my job. I wouldn't
Yeah.
give a crap about current
Mine-
events, news.
What
none
if they
of
were
that.
like, Elliot, you still had your show, your vlog going on
Oh,
your
thank
YouTube
God.
channel?
It's just
Let's
really
check it out.
boring
And it's
now.
just a shot of you laying in bed.
Drinking, drinks.
Every now and then, it's
every
just
now
like
and
somebody putting pudding in my mouth.
Every Wednesday, Monday, and Friday,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
week. Just that.
Yep, yeah.
Your
The
family
view-
members
my social
reading you
comments.
books.
Yeah, the views were great. Yeah.
They're actually
Yeah.
really
Did you guys
great,
see
yeah.
Thursday's episode?
It's great.
It's just
That would be like the
fantastic.
Truman Show when they had
It would be.
just
Oh,
showed
man.
Truman sleeping. In
I mean,
there.
I think I automatically, and I think we're all going to serious town while answering this. I'd immediately go into a panic and want to know where
What?
my family
Yeah.
is. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that
exactly
was
it.
the first
Yeah.
thought you had.
My wife and my kids, and then where's my dad? Is my dad still around? And then I'd be like, what happened?
yeah. Why am I here?
That's my biggest one. I would probably. I mean, I want to know my family and like friends and like I'd be like, where is everyone? But I think the biggest one I'd be like is what happened.
Yeah.
Like what happened? And also, did I age?
Let you
How
give me
scary is that?
Yeah.
No one was moisturizing me. No one was. I guarantee it.
I
In
would
fact,
want
They're
it-
probably screwing my corpse-like body.
I'd want to meet the person that was
What a nightmare.
your corpse-like body. I want to meet the person that was wiping my ass for the past 10 years and
That's
shake
who
their
you'd wanna
hand
meet?
and apologize to them.
After they wash it.
Yeah, because it's like, look, I'm sorry that you
Yeah.
had to do that. Because,
Yeah.
like, no one thinks about that.
Legitimately though, if I woke
Nurses
up and
are
I
incredible.
wasn't
Yeah, nurses
thin,
are great
after
people.
10 years being on IV, if I wasn't like a knockout body, I'd be upset.
You'd be like, I'm going back to
What
sleep.
makes you think
Wake
you
me
would
up when I
have a
look
great
better.
body after laying in bed for 10 years?
I'd at least be thin. I'd at least be
You'd
real
at least be
thin.
emaciated.
Yeah, but you'd
Yeah.
be, you'd
You would
be
at
like,
least be
that's
gaunt.
the thing.
Only
Your
hope
muscles
for.
would be all atrophied, and you
Yeah.
wouldn't even be able to look.
You'd have
straight.
like bed sores.
What
and shit.
happened?
Yeah.
I think I'd still be okay if
You'd
it
be
was
like
a
Grandpa
number.
Joe
Like a
in
certain
Willy Wonka.
number. I think if it was like still between a certain
Yeah,
number,
but
I'd
as soon
be
as you
like,
get that golden ticket, you hop right out of
Yeah.
bed and you start dancing.
Sing that song,
Whole
boy.
dance routine.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't even have
No.
to stretch his hammies.
No.
to do
What a
that.
faker!
That's
I would be
what
so
we see.
pissed off
Yeah.
if I was mom,
Why is that the part of the movie that people are like, that's not...
because the rest of it is real.
Yeah, because the rest of it takes place
he
in
has
a magic
colony
factory.
of little
Elliot.
people with green hair and orange faces, and we're like,
sorry.
he should
No,
have
that's
had
fair.
stretch more when
Is
he got
that
out of bed.
Shantytown a magical factory? No, it's not.
Yeah.
The magical factory isn't a magical
The
factory.
magical factory is a magical
No,
factory.
it's like
not
science based.
magical.
It's just advanced.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
little Oompa Loompas working there.
Those
guys, we were
people
talking-
where there's
exist.
Oompa
There's
Loompas
little
working.
scientists.
Was
That's
it
why
us?
they're
It was
white.
us. We were all talking about how the Snozberries is our dick joke.
Your dick joke, yeah.
Wait, where were you guys talking about that?
Down at Six Flags.
At Six Flags.
The Snozberries taste
Lee's
like
boyfriend
Snozberries?
was like went
Yeah.
on a dream
He was going on a
crushing
rant.
rampage and explained that the Schnozberries is some innuendo for penis. So
It
he
is a.
had
I don't think it is.
No,
children
Roald
like
Dahl.
Schnozberry
Yeah, because
from a
Roald Dahl
different
talked
book.
about how it was a wiener at one point
In a different
In a
book.
different book. He said so.
Snozberries?
It's an inside joke with him. Snozberries.
So
were
it was
actually
before
wiener.
Willy Wonka, though?
Yeah,
It must have been.
Yeah, it was before. And so when she goes, "Oh, the Schnozberries taste like Schnozberries," she's talking about wiener.
Get it? Isn't that something you would have rather have never known?
Did you see him lick that wall? Can you guys visualize? I just watched that movie this weekend with Hayden. That's how they lick the wall. There's like
They are.
and they're actually licking the
Yeah.
wall.
Because
multiple takes.
If it was me, I'd be like, dang it, like biting at it and everything.
Yeah.
Assuming it tasted like berries and.
Naturally. No, I would think it'd actually be really grossed
that
out
gross?
because
You don't
someone
wanna know
else
that.
is gonna lick it.
You're never gonna
Someone
forget
else is gonna
that.
lick that schnozberry, and you're gonna like. You've
Well,
already
I'd like to
licked
think
it.
that they replaced the wallpaper.
I don't think they
once
did.
have a tour
I don't think they
come
did.
through.
It's
They don't
Willy
have
Wonka's kind of a
tours.
dick.
Yeah.
I doubt he replaced the wall.
But they never had tours. Did they?
They never had
Replace
tours.
the wallpaper.
They did it in the first time.
I
was
want
just for
that
him.
fucking flute, by the way. I want that. There's no flute in the world that makes that real sound. There's no flute. Owen, am I right?
I love how Steve is going.
Why do you keep
through
calling the camera Owen? That's my hilarious running gag.
Oh man.
The
That's
canon
my
Owen.
through line in the
Do we want to try
table
one more?
talks.
Ellie, do you
God,
want
it's
to pick
been a
one?
pretty
Yeah.
long one. We'll bust through this quick.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
guys.
that's it. Owen's like, yeah,
Sorry,
please.
thanks for letting me join your time.
It is penis?
Ow!
Snozberries penis? Roald
Snozberries
Dahl's a
penis.
sick bastard. That's a kid's
That
book.
one's a long
All right,
one.
here
That's a
we go.
kid's book.
Oh no.
It's the last one. Last option.
That's
okay.
where you.
By the
draw
way, the
line.
kids die in the book, don't they?
Last one,
The
guys.
kids
Everyone
die.
dies.
They die kind of in the movie. Like they,
Yeah.
they're-
They
it's
just
like,
get tortured.
You could
How do you think
tell
that
it
blue
was
girl's
like
gonna
a.
turn out? Yeah, she's gonna
Well,
get
like, we're
popped
gonna
and
crush her.
die.
Yeah,
Going, the kid growing up the tube. Going
Oh
up the
yeah,
tube,
you can't
that's
survive
horrible.
there.
He's
That
dead.
one goes straight to the furnace.
The thing
oh no,
is-
that's where.
No, Veruca Salt goes to
Salt
the furnace.
Veruca Salt goes
Yeah.
straight to
And
Yeah.
the dad too. He's
they
like,
gotta-
I'm coming for you.
And then they gotta squeeze Violet before she explodes.
Before
Yep.
she explodes.
And she explodes. They don't tell you.
Wow, they're just murdering kids in
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah.
Nobody
Those
cares.
Oompa Loompas
And
have small
it's
legs.
not
They
much.
can't get to the squeezing
All right,
them
guys.
fast enough.
No.
Dang
They're got
Flabbit.
little legs.
Yeah.
Dang Flabbit from Reddit says, it seems like after a book or movie is popular, there's always a whole ton of books and or movies made with the same genre, like the Vampire Werewolf,
called
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Twilight,
money.
the
Yeah.
dystopian
Yep, it's called
theme after
Riding
the
the
Hunger
Train.
Games.
Yep.
What do you think will be next? I called, first of all, not, what was it? I called fantasies, and I still think fantasies have a long way to go. So I
think
was
so
like,
too,
I was
'cause of
like,
Game of
what's-
Thrones?
Yeah, and then it was Game of Thrones, and I was like, you know what they're gonna do is they're gonna start regurgitating, and this was before Once Upon a Time and Grimm
Oh
and
yeah,
all
like
that
Grimm
crap.
and all those.
And I
different
was like,
ones.
they're gonna start recreating the old fantasies from
Red
like, the
Riding
Grimm
A
brothers.
bunch
Good.
of shit
The
coming out,
show.
man. When I saw Hunger Games Catching Fire, there were trailers for like a shitload of new movies just like that.
Just like
coming
that,
out.
really?
yeah.
all
Yeah.
teenagers, all falling in love and that stupid
in
shit.
a
Like-
dangerous scenario.
Yeah,
and
yeah, and it's like I get it. I mean, it's supply and demand, right? Like
Yeah.
the audiences are
Yeah.
paying for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Why
Harry
not?
Potter. It happened with Harry Potter
Yeah.
like crazy.
Well, it's like
Well,
what
no, it started
DreamWorks
with Lord
does,
of the
like-
Rings. Because
It
then there was
started-
Lord of
yeah,
the
it
Rings, and
started
then there
with
was like
Rings.
the
Yeah, 'cause,
Golden Compass,
dude,
and then
You're right because
yeah.
there was a big fantasy drought
Yep.
for years.
And then it
That was
Yeah.
a huge thing.
That's what
a
happens
huge
when a
thing.
fantasy movie wins the best picture.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing because I love fantasy.
It's not a
I'm glad
fantasy
they're
too. It's
doing
also,
stuff.
I mean, you saw it with zombies.
Stardust came out.
Yeah, the zombies is a big one
post-apocalyptic,
where it was
like
just
they
like,
mentioned.
oh man, one out right after the
What was
other.
that movie with the Goblin Spiderwick Chronicles
Yep.
or something?
Oh,
Another
yeah.
one. I didn't see it.
Percy
They're all-
Jackson.
You know what? I'm
Percy
gonna
Jackson.
say Warlocks. I'm gonna put that out there. That's gonna
Yeah.
be a new
Warlocks would be
thing.
cool.
Man
Yeah.
Witches.
Yeah,
I
like
think
man witches.
I think space might be coming back pretty soon with,
Oh,
with Gravity, and
yeah, maybe,
I
huh.
think they're gonna figure out a way to make
More space stuff.
I
I
do
think there
love
needs to
every
be-
space thing.
there's
I love
cycles,
Battlestar
too.
Galactica and all that. I'm such a big fan of space.
We need a new like horror icon. We had like Freddy Krueger and Jason, and we had Chucky.
The most
Slasher.
recent is Ghostface.
I guess, yeah, you're right. You're right. And what
Ghostface
was that?
Killer.
1995, 1996.
98, and
Yeah.
then it
98,
was 98,
this
and then
guy.
they recently did Scream 4. I think we're gonna have a resurgence of talking bears.
Please.
What do you mean, like
So we're gonna have a bunch
puppets
of movies
or?
about talking bears.
I will say that the Muppets coming, like I don't know.
Existential
I'm in love
bears,
with
like just
Muppets.
like
So
wondering about their existence.
You know,
Yeah.
you've talked about the talking bear thing before, and I never really saw it, but now I do.
You see your
feel-
talking bear thing? You
yeah,
see your talking
no,
bear
I
thing?
think
What talking
the
bear?
I don't see. I,
The new thing. It's gonna be the new thing. Is the talking bear
Yeah,
thing.
I
It's
think
gonna
I
be-
There's
like
already
that.
been a talking bear.
No,
thing.
but this
No,
is
but
gonna
like
be-
a
Hey, that's the
real
problem.
thing, like a legitimate, like they have
That
like
didn't
a
stop.
But
night.
didn't things come? We're talking
Talking
about
Bears
things.
probably gonna get best actor. in,
Oh
like, 2
God!
years.
You really
could you
think a
imagine?
real
Oh,
talking
you're
bear?
going
Talking
straight
bear.
title. Like it's gonna be.
No,
called
I mean it's
Talking
gonna be
Bear.
about talking bears. It's gonna be like talking
gonna be
bear themed
bears
to movies and
talking.
comedies and dramas and stuff like that.
But it's just gonna emulate
Talking bear
real
genre.
life, like climbing up a tree is
Bears
really
in
just
space.
overcoming your
Bears in
dreams.
Space is I can actually see
The bear
very, very
pianist.
easily.
Oh my
I mean, that
God!
would be a combination
The
of our
bear
two predictions.
pianist.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be so
The bear
good.
penis would be amazing. Penis.
Right?
yeah. I want to see that.
Grizzly's List.
So you really think that a
Decent luck.
bear, like a real bear, is gonna just talk and go to the Oscars and win?
I feel like we're going in that direction as
So you
a
think
society.
that you're talking about an evolution then?
Sure.
Not necessarily. Maybe there could be one already out there that we haven't discovered.
Oh, a talking bear.
They might talk and we just don't know it. Like when we go to sleep at night, like the toys, they talk.
Planet of the Bears.
Oh.
Have you ever found your Batman and your Robin action figures together at night?
Like
Not anything
Like, together?
bad, just quality time.
Like they not crossing the line.
Not how you left them.
Oh.
In other words.
The Land Before Bears.
Just angry every night that I leave them on top of each other like that. Yeah, we'll end it there.
Yep.
Say goodbye.
Hey, bye.
Bye-bye.
No, oh, sorry. No, literally. Like, guys,
we're
this is
gonna
gonna
leave?
happen.
Have to
Thank
go.
you
Hey,
so much.
hey guys, thanks for watching Table Talk.
Yeah.
Hashtag Table Talk. r/SourceFed on the Reddits. I'm Joe Beretta. That was Ellie Morgan. Lee Newton. Bob Johnson.
Hi, I'm Bob Johnson, standing in for Steve Zaragoza.
Good.
They look so much alike. Bob's way more conservative.
This beard does not come off!
That was the worst. I sung goodbye. Oh my, that's not good.
Oh, this beer gum! Oh, this beer gum, it hurts!